We are going to make a French onion pot roast. So for this recipe, you're going to need a pot roast. Obviously, this is, let's see, about 2 pounds. Some fresh thyme. I got some fresh parsley here. This is actually the curly pasta or curly parsley. I don't think it matters which one you get. I'm not sure though, but this is what I got. Minced garlic. I have 2 onions here. You do need 2 cups of thinly sliced onion. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, but I do have 2 right here. Some beef broth, some tomato sauce, Worcestershire sauce, some white wine vinegar, and then of course salt and pepper. And then you're also going to need a little bit of flour as well. So first we are going to start off with our sauce, and you are going to need to have a 1/4 cup of tomato sauce, a cup of beef broth, 3 tablespoons of garlic cloves, a 1/2 teaspoon of fresh thyme, 2 teaspoons of fresh parsley, and 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar, and 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And then you're going to give this a really good mix and set off to the side. Now to our crock pot, I'm going to give this a really good spray, and then I'm going to add in 1/2 of my onions. You do need 2 cups of onions, and then I went ahead and seared my roast. You do not have to. I think it just tastes so much better doing that. And then I'm going to add the rest of the onions on top of that, and then pour all of that mixture, is it like a gravy mixture, on top of it. And then you can cook this on high for 4 hours, or I did low for 7 hours. So now that my roast is cooked, I'm going to go ahead and take it out and get it shredded up. But I also want to make a slurry, so I have a 1/4 cup of cool water and then 2 tablespoons of flour. And then I'm going to give this a really good mix and put it in my juices here just to thicken up that gravy. And then once I get my meat shredded up, I'm going to go ahead and put that back in there as well. So apparently I didn't do an overview, but here is my plate, and oh my gosh, you guys, this was absolutely delicious. Every bite I was taking, I was literally doing the happy dance. I love this recipe, and I'm definitely writing this one down to make more often. I love honestly anything with a roast, and this was amazing. You have to try this one. We are going to make steak, peppers, and onions in the crock pot. So I have almost a pound of this round steak, 1 bell pepper, whatever kind you want to use. We prefer the red, or even like the orange or yellow. That's perfectly fine too. We just don't really like the green. So whatever bell pepper you want to use, you'll just need 1 of those, an onion, some beef broth, minced garlic, a can of diced tomatoes. I'm using the basil, garlic, and oregano ones. You can use the original ones, whatever you want to use. some salt and pepper, some garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. Now, these are the seasonings that I'm going to use on mine. You can use whatever seasonings you want to. So to my crock pot, I'm going to give it a really good spray, and then I did go ahead and sear my meat over in the skillet just for a couple minutes on each side. I did salt and pepper those as well, and then I'm going to season these very generously with the seasonings that I showed you guys in the beginning. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my diced tomatoes right on top here. Add in a cup of beef broth, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. You can add as much as you want to, and then my sliced peppers and onions on top of there as well. Now I am going to cook this on low for 6 to 7 hours. You can cook this on high for 2 to 4 hours if you would like. Now that the meat is cooked through, you can go ahead and take it out and shred it if you would like to. What I did was just take my tongs and basically tore it apart. Now for this recipe here, I did end up finding it on TikTok, so if I can find it again, I will link it down below. But this was not bad. I will say that it didn't have very much flavor, and as you've seen, I did season it pretty generously, but it wasn't bad. I just feel like the peppers were pretty overpowering, maybe is what it is. So if you decide to make this and you do something differently, and it's full of flavor, let me know down in the comments below what you did, because I mean, this was a pretty good, easy, cheap meal to make. But I will say that I did end up serving this over rice, and this was my second bite, and it was extremely hot. I burned my tongue with the second one, but again, this was not bad. We are going to make cheddar rice, chicken, and broccoli in the crock pot today. So you're going to need 1 can of cream of chicken, 2 of these bags of the cheddar broccoli, a pound of chicken, some frozen broccoli here, and then of chicken broth. So now with my crock pot, again, giving it a really good spray since I'm putting rice into this. And then I go ahead and open up both package of the cheddar rice here and get that poured in. And then I add in my can of cream of chicken. And then I take my chicken broth and fill up that can with the chicken broth, as you see here. Get that poured in. And then I throw in my frozen broccoli as well. And then with my chicken, I did go ahead and chop it up into bite-sized pieces. That is what you want to do. And then I did go ahead and season it with garlic salt or garlic powder, onion powder, and then some Cajun seasoning. And that's honestly all that I did. And then you're going to give this a really good mix, and then kind of flatten it out a little bit. And then you're going to take another, take that can, your can of cream of chicken. That is so hard for me to say apparently right now. And then you're going to put your chicken broth in there again. And then you're just going to pour that on top. That's all you do. And then you put your lid on there, and you can cook this on low for 3 to 4 hours until your chicken is done. If you leave your chicken whole, you're going to want to cook this for about 6 to 7 hours on low. And then here, I did forget to mention that you do need cheese. You can use basically whatever cheese you want to. I used what I had. So I had a little bit of Parmesan cheese and then some cheddar cheese on top of this. And this is obviously after it's been cooking. And then I just go ahead and put the lid on until the cheese is melted. And then that is it. You just serve it up. This is literally a one pot kind of dish here. And this was so good. We had this the night before, and Tyler literally told me the next day after we got done eating dinner that this was absolutely delicious because he ended up taking the leftovers to work, and he said that I need to write that one down. So I'm definitely going to do that. Again, this was extremely good as well, but I'm telling you, you got to try that French onion pot roast. Delicious. And this one here, try them. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not already, and I will see you guys in my next one.